The reason why so many men have weak gravy is because they love Thanksgiving.
He got a vasectomy on camera, essentially,
Yeah.
right? That's another thing you and I have
As
in
you
common,
did.
by the way,
Yeah.
because I had my vasectomy on Good Morning America with this guy.
Wild, yeah.
Although I didn't have a camera in the room.
I have patients who've had kids vasectomy, reversal, kids vasectomy, reversal. And they bring the partner in and they sit in front of me and say, we'd like to have a kid. I said, great, you have bank sperm, you should use it. Typically the partner will say, I'm not doing that. I want to have sex to have a kid.
That's so annoying.
Such a hurdle.
I just banked it. Withdraw it.
Is that something you have to now breach on the first date when you're sitting down and you're serious?
You can keep your vasectomy and get sperm.
Oh, really?
I've never heard anybody talk about this.
That's some real gooner behavior.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talk with Turek. My name is Rob Clyde, and this is a show where I get to ask a men's fertility specialist pretty much anything I need to know, right? This is my good friend, Dr. Paul Turek.
How are you,
and
Rob?
I'm really good. Anything I need to know about getting people pregnant, about not getting people pregnant, questions about my own organs and how they work and yours and what to look out for down there. We did a lot of that in the last episode, and we advocate for overall men's physical and mental health. We have a guest in studio today, and we don't often get to do that. And our guest today is going to be Jordan Temple. He is a comedian, an Emmy-nominated television writer who has written for shows like Barbershop, Abbott Elementary, Atlanta, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and he's made his own films as well. We're going to be talking about his documentary today, Father of None. Jordan.
Hey,
Welcome,
what's
Jordan.
up, Rob? What's up? Haven't seen long time no
You doing
see.
okay?
Yeah,
Do it.
I'm all right.
Show him
You
what he's
messed up
supposed
the
to do there.
handshake.
By the way, in the film, you mess up the handshake,
Of course. I mean,
right?
yeah. Really doubling down during Black History Month. Paul.
This is awesome. We needed this kind of energy on the show,
Sorry.
Paul. Yeah, it's great. So
that was, yeah. People call us like an odd couple. Like I love our dynamic was like perfect.
Yeah, it was.
It's so funny. You're so funny. Like that was
Because I'm like,
yeah.
I was talking to someone who got one. They said there's a tugging.
I don't tug.
You don't tug? What do you do?
You'll see.
I'll see.
So what these
right,
guys are
yeah.
talking about is a documentary that Jordan starred in and had a couple good friends help him make it, called Father of None. And he got a vasectomy on camera, essentially.
Yeah.
Right? That's another thing you and I have
As
in
you
common,
did.
by the way,
Yeah.
because I had my vasectomy on Good Morning America with this guy.
Wild, yeah.
Although I didn't have a camera in the room. When you see this film, which you can see on YouTube, look up Father of None, Jordan Temple, boom, it's going to pop right up. You get to see him actually in the room, sucking on the gas and going through it.
Jordan, you're going to feel a pinch on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. You didn't do that puncture in the middle, just as planned, okay?
Malcolm in the Middle is one of my favorite shows. Oh, it's gonna be in Sundance.
No, truly, it was wild. It didn't really hurt. You know, Dr. Turek was really walked me through and was very gracious, and I'm sure he did like 30 other ones that day or something. But I don't know what clip you work at. No pun intended. But I just it was really something. You know, like I first had like planned to get a vasectomy. I don't know. I think I was thinking about it for maybe like a couple of years. Yeah. And I was like, okay, if I do this, I'm going to do it right. And I hadn't thought about doing a short doc per se, but like the strike happened. And so I had a lot of free time.
Yeah.
And I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, oh, I need to actually go find a place where I can... Like, where do the rich dudes go? Where do the rich white men go get vasectomies? Who are like, and I'm like, I typed in rich white men vasectomies, and Dr. Turek popped right up. He was the
First guy up there. That's
first
good,
guy up, first search result.
That's good SEO marketing, though, right? It's good SEO marketing. Your marketing people do a good job, too.
I like when the New York, the Atlanta one, they call me the Vivaldi of vasectomies.
Oh, I love that.
That was, and I have a little picture with the hair and my name, and
That's
in a
incredible.
cartoon. But that was better social than.
Did you listen to more Vivaldi? 'Cause I remember you say you were a jazz guy. You listen to more classic? Or?
No, I do jazz. Yeah.
More
No,
jazz,
it's like
yeah.
it was all Miles and Coltrane yesterday.
Okay, come on now.
Everyone for the Super Bowl wants their vasectomy that weekend. It's like March Madness, right? So
Oh, right.
we piled a bunch in San Francisco yesterday, and it was
Really?
beautiful. Yeah, and everyone they said love the music.
There you go. Well, I agree. The music definitely calmed me and stuff, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to
the
that.
alliteration is also excellent. I have to say, the Vivaldi of vasectomy.
Yeah,
It's
that's
It
my
is
name.
good. It is good. So let's back up a little bit because really, like, you
'cause it's
didn't
not
just
about
do
me.
well, it's not. You didn't just make a movie about getting a vasectomy, right? So let's let our audience know kind of the controversy behind all of this vasectomy because my vasectomy was when I was in my late 40s and I have 2 kids and I'm like, I'm done,
Gotcha.
right? And I even had a whole fertility story when I couldn't have that second kid. And as soon as we did, though, bam, let's get it done, right? But you're single. Do you have kids?
No, I don't have kids. I'm not married.
There
No.
you go. So
Yeah.
that is a controversial topic out there today where people, and even in your film, you hit on it clearly. So you brought in focus groups and friends to kind of give an opinion. So you said you were thinking about getting vasectomy a couple years before. Why did you decide to get a vasectomy?
Yeah, why'd you pull the trigger on the
Yeah,
vasectomy?
I guess a really horny guy. No, no. I mean,
We'll
I'm
forgive you.
half joking, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't we all though?
No, look, I don't want to get people pregnant. I don't want to get people pregnant either. So
Yeah.
that's an obvious. Is like, well, I
Right.
don't want to get people pregnant.
Right,
Whether I'm a horn dog or not. I just
Right.
don't want to get anybody pregnant.
right.
Yeah.
But we think about the future of, but what if you want to? And so a vasectomy tends to be a permanent surgery or a procedure. We also know that Dr. Turek is the best at reversing those vasectomies as well. So that's a good.
It's actually my favorite thing to do
Really? Wow.
in the OR. The vasectomies are my favorite thing in the office.
Okay. Wow. Wait. So this is fast. You are a really interesting guy. I have to say you're very understated with it, but like, what? Why? Yeah, just why?
Yeah. Why do you like it?
What's wrong with you?
I view vasectomies as performance art
Okay.
because it has to be practiced. It has to go smoothly. There's no unnecessary motion. It's swift. So every time I go in there, it's like you're on, and it has to go well. It has to go smoothly and quickly. And so I look at it as a performance, like even a sport. And I do that with vasectomy reversals too. And it's not that it has to be really fast. It just has to go like a concerto. It has to go beautifully. And I'm an artist, I guess, sort of. Maybe.
Yeah.
Not like you, but
Fertility artist,
Heck yeah.
man.
Surgical artist.
Do you find yourself craftsman? Yeah, that is I love that you said craftsman because it's like it has to go perfectly, right? Do you find yourself like a perfectionist?
sometimes. Like
Okay.
I have old cars, and as long as they're running, I'm good.
Okay.
But when it comes to procedures like that, yeah, everything has to be right.
Yeah, I hope so.
And if the guy's not right, I don't do it. Like if you came in and said, I'm not really sure, but I'm going to go through it, it's like, you're going home. And I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it if you're not sure. But if you have a reaction, like a panic attack or something, we're stopping. I'm not going to force anything. So it will go well. And if it doesn't, we're not doing it.
You want the mental to match the physical.
Yeah, because if you cross the line with men in these procedures under local, it's a different beast. You can get a guy who's spinning out of control and chronic pain and lots of things. That's post-traumatic stress disorder.
Okay.
So it has to go smoothly. And I'm reading you as we're talking before the procedure, you were really relaxed, and you probably didn't need gas.
No.
But no, you probably didn't.
Oh, well, it was fun.
It was fun though, right?
I think you always need
you
gas.
don't need gas.
Gas and jazz.
Kind of, yeah.
Gas and jazz. What would you say Father of None is about?
I would say Father of None is about a 35-year-old Blockman who is asking the judgment of friends or seeking perspectives from friends as well as men he doesn't know into what they think about fatherhood and him getting a vasectomy, and those perspectives inform him, but also ultimately he makes a decision for himself.
Totally.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a lot of opinions.
A lot of opinions, truly, yeah.
Now, in the film, you say why. So you lost your father in 2022. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
And you had just said, well, my dad wasn't a great dad to show me how to be one. And that was one of your reasons. Is that a legitimate reason, or did you just say that in the moment? And since then, how do you feel about that part?
Well, that was an interesting time. I definitely still kind of agree with that, but also with the Vivaldi of vasectomies, and I imagine the Rachmaninoff of reversals.
There it was.
There you go. That was for free.
But you know what? That's important. What the point you're making is you knew that reversals are possible the whole time too.
I did, and I also didn't freeze anything, so it's like it's still time. And then I'm just like, now I'm older. I have old ass sperm, and if my kid comes out with some kind of defect, I would feel bad because women get like treated for the defects of the sperm, and it's like it's the sperm all the time. The sperm's the culprit, and it's like women. It's like, oh, the eggs are old, and it's the this and the that, and it's like, not only is that not true, but women are having healthy babies older and older. So, I also didn't want that to be an issue. And I mean, it was a difficult to the PTSD or even post-surgery kind of energy you were talking about, doctor. I definitely felt that because when I was in the process of doing the vasectomy and I had the vasectomy, it was the year anniversary of my father's passing. I went back to his gravesite because my father was from Haiti. He was Haitian. And I guess in Haitian culture, they will have like kind of like a death anniversary going back down to the gravesite and stuff. The whole family got together, and he was in the Marines, so he's actually buried in Quantico. So fucking dramatic. It's like,
is it?
Calm your ass down.
Yeah.
Didn't even go in a battle.
Oh,
and you're
still,
in Quantico and his 21 gun salute. No, still, but yeah, no.
I hear you.
The 21 gun salute. Yeah, come on.
It's a little much.
But a little bit. But I mean, I respect the valor.
Sure.
You got to, die with some, be buried in some honor. In any case, I digress. But I think all of that was weighing on me when I was in healing from the procedure. It was a lot heavier than I anticipated. I definitely empathize and can understand to a degree, like the complaints of women saying, why do men complain about getting a vasectomy or, the pains of the hysterectomy and the things that they have to go through that a lot of us don't ever try to understand.
Yeah.
But I will say, as a man and specifically as a black man, you're like taught to kind of cut off all emotions, right? And then it's like you get in relationships with women and they're like, why don't you show emotion? Right?
Exactly. No, totally.
And so I always felt like super sensitive to that. And sometimes even women will be like, men are so sensitive, even more and emotional, and it's just like, well, you get to express emotion. So if I'm overly emotional, well, that's only because I've been told to suppress it. And of course it'll leak out because I'm a human being. I'm not an idea in your mind or in anyone else's mind. Right. I'm a person. And working to be a self-actualized person who, beyond the material can see how I can grow into myself beyond the things that tell me to kind of stay one way.
It's interesting. I would say the movie has that sensitivity in it. That what you're just talking about, that extreme. There's something very deeply mature and sensitive about the movie that you're just expressing. It's great.
Yeah, it is expressed in there, and I think I could tell who you are from the film and everything you're just saying, which is a bit of a dichotomy or a give and take between the emotion of what we're doing, and at the same time comedy and being able to bring levity to it so that we don't have to be all thinking about it and feeling about it, right? It's kind of like keep it at distance and such. Right? And so the reactions that you got from friends, because so you go through and like you said, he's in a conference room, you go through and you poll each other, what do you think? And you kind of leave it as a surprise. You're like, what if this guy were going to get a vasectomy at 35? And you're like, well, that guy
You already did it.
Right? And then you got the range of emotions. You got your one buddy that was like, or it wasn't even a buddy, that's like, man, I really think you're going to miss out on something. And to be specific, by the way, he says the birth of a child is one of the most beautiful things ever, right? I disagree. And I have 2 kids. The birth of your child is the worst day. It is so stressful. And I wish we could have just skipped right to the, you know what I'm saying? So it's just funny. Like, I get where people are coming from. Like, so I have 2 kids. I kind of leaned into being a dad as an identity and something to kind of like be good at, but that's all because I'm trying to prove that dads can be awesome, right? So maybe my father wasn't the best either, and I made decisions along the way, or like when my parents got divorced, I made a decision along the way that I'm not going to get a divorce, right? And I know we all would love to say I'm not going to do that, but you did take a different approach.
The vasectomy itself, I think in the wake of like my dad's anniversary and going down there, I remember like getting back on a train early in the morning because I just wanted to get out of Virginia. So I went with my stepmom, my brother, and my sister on the train, and we got out of there. And I was like, in that time, like healing from the procedure. It had maybe been a week, and then I got on a plane. Or like a week or so or something. But in any case, I think mainly it's been like not thinking like, oh, am I going to reverse or this or that, but being resolute about the decision to just like live my life being like a cat dad probably. You know what I mean? I like cats. Kids are cool. Cats are better.
I had another father of none vasectomy patient years ago who wrote for Esquire magazine, and he wrote, "I love kids. I just don't want my own. I love kids. I love cats. I love my nephews. I love my nieces. I'm good with it all. And it's just I just don't want my own."
This is a trending topic for even young couples. That a lot of my friends and people I know are like, we're not having kids, right? Like, and there's a bit of, I have a life here to live. So just for our audience, explain a reversal and why. What's the difference? Because vasectomy is permanent, but you make a living reversing them. So give us a little bit of this.
I think we have on social and TikTok, we got a little bit of flack when we said, I think it is a condom. It can be reversed. And I have patients who've had kids vasectomy, reversal, kids vasectomy, reversal. So some people, it's their condom. It's the reversible.
It's their birth control.
Yes.
Yeah. See?
An Alaskan couple off the grid. They do no pills, and they wanted 3 kids, and they put vasectomies in between them. It was wild.
So, right? See? You thought you were the controversial dude.
That really sounds like some Alaska shit right there. It's fucking weird.
It happens here too.
Yeah? Well, LA is a weird town.
True.
It is a permanent contraceptive, and you clearly have that in mind. But the technologies move so well, so fast, and techniques that technology and technical skill, so that we can basically reverse it pretty much. I published a paper up to 40 years out from your vasectomy in the mid 80%. If it's within 15 years, it's in the high 90s that you'll get your sperm back. So people are reading those papers. It's not
fascinating.
It's not fiction. And I think so it's reasonable to say that it's reversible in the right hands.
Sure.
But I am sensitive to the fact that people say, oh, it should be permanent. That's more of a value judgment, right? Because people change their mind. I had 2 couples this year. We talked about one of them, child died of an arrhythmia at age 2. And they came in, they want another child now, and it's just an awful situation. I said, I'll get you in as fast as you want.
Sure.
There's lots of reasons to do it. So
wow.
Well, you have to be on this side of the knife to know all that.
I mean, I take that back. I said that was weird, right? I just was like, well, do they not have condoms in Alaska?
Yeah.
But, I don't know what they got, making them out of baby seals. Or, I don't know.
Do you know? Do you know how old condoms are?
Yeah.
3000 BC,
No.
BCE. Yeah.
No.
So they did use
sheep
like,
intestine and linen.
Linen?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like linen that like
Cloth,
out of
yeah.
a fitted sheet?
Yeah. Fitted sheep in Egypt.
Oh my god.
really?
That's the original condom. That's actually the first birth control. And then the rubber condom, guess who invented that in 1855?
1855. Who?
Goodyear tires.
Oh, that makes sense.
Before the tire.
Before the tire, they were doing.
They made money
condoms.
on condoms.
That's it.
After you use it, it just smell like burnt rubber. Leave skid marks on the.
All right, this is where I'm
Tie
getting
him
at
up
right
to
This
here.
is where we want them to go.
No,
Yeah.
right, but okay, so that was one of my questions right here.
Fitted sheet is crazy though. You try to put it on, it like folds up. Like when you try to fold up a
It's like
fitted sheet,
tie
you gotta
Big old knot.
tie it at the bottom.
This is fodder for him in the comedy.
No, I have a question. This is what I'm saying. At what point did you realize this was going to be good material?
I mean, I did it. I wasn't actually trying to think about making it funny. I was just trying to hang out with my friends. I'm always just trying to hang out with my friends.
But it is good. It is good material.
It
though.
is.
I don't see the controversy of getting the vasectomy and so like that was my plan all along. And I didn't feel like I never even asked. Like that was my plan before I got married. I thought you just have as many kids as you want, and then you cut it off because the last thing I would want is another kid once I've decided to have another one.
It's a different environment now. So vasectomy prevalence, dropped off in the early 2000s, and then it picked up a little in 2015, and then 2022 Dobbs. Right. Dobbs passed. Dobbs, the Roe v. Wade was overturned.
The reversal of
Roe v. Wade. Right. And vasectomy shot up 150%.
Wow.
And in that period, so that was also during COVID, and everyone thought there are going to be a lot more kids during COVID because when people are home, they reproduce. But in any cataclysmic event in the world, like the flu, the avian flu from 1921, any big cataclysmic event, fertility drops. It's too stressful. So it's always dropping. So it dropped during COVID, but vasectomies went up in 2022 during COVID. And then I think the number is now 60% increase in vasectomies in men age under 30.
Under 30.
See?
Wow.
So that's probably a response to there's no option for us if we get pregnant. So they came in droves for vasectomies around the country, and it's up a lot. So that puts a different spin on it because most of them don't have kids.
Yeah.
And they do want to have kids in the future. And a lot of them are coming in now wanting to bank sperm and do all that. It's an interesting fact. When they come in and bank sperm, and then they usually find someone a year later, right? And then they want a kid again. They bring the partner in, and they sit in front of me and say, we'd like to have a kid. I said, great, you have banked sperm. You should use it. And typically the partner will say, I'm not doing that. I want to have sex to have a kid.
That's so annoying.
Such a hurdle.
Come on. I just banked it. Withdraw it. What's wrong with you? I got a C in there.
When people are trying to get pregnant, right? So you're seeing both. Like it's interesting, but like people are trying and desperate to get pregnant. I know a lot of times men that see you in that situation it goes against their manhood. Their virility is important to them. So they're not feeling like they're taking care of it. Well, in fertility, you would feel like like you're the problem, and that would be really hard.
Right, it's your virility.
But when it comes to a vasectomy, you have said that some guys are thinking like, well, I'm not as much of a man if I were to get a vasectomy, or I can't get somebody pregnant. One of the guys in your focus group, that's where I felt like he was coming from. Like, you just don't mess around down there.
I find that fascinating because there's some guys who will be like, I think that's weird. And it's like, you're technically like an insult. Like you already don't have sex. You don't have more sex than me. Women haven't even acknowledged your existence more than me.
Yeah.
Like, I just get more booty than you. Yeah. So
that's
just what
numbers.
It is. So yeah, just numbers wise, if we're talking that, if I'm getting a vasectomy, there's no way for you to think like, oh, either that's weird or, you know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
That's going to prevent, from finding a partner. It's like, you can't find a partner. It's like you know what I mean?
You're wide open.
Yeah.
And you're ready. All right, well, speaking of partners, is that something you have to now breach on the first date when you're sitting down and you're serious, or are you just not having those conversations and are avoiding them?
I don't know if I avoid them. They're just very sensitive. They're just very sensitive. So I just kind of don't gloss over it. It could be an ongoing conversation.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that also wishes that I banked. I'm like, why didn't I bank? Damn. I don't know. We definitely had a conversation before, and
I told you have to do it before the vasectomy.
I know. That would be nuts. Wait, Doc, no.
We had 45 discharges afterwards that might have worked. That's
I had a
right,
patient
isn't
who
it?
did that, yeah.
Really?
He had a vasectomy elsewhere, comes into me, sits down in my office a week after his vasectomy, and he had it done elsewhere. I said, what would you like, sir? He's like, a vasectomy reversal. I said, okay, when was your vasectomy? He said, last week.
See,
And I
that's
said,
mental.
bank some sperm.
Right.
So he spent the month banking sperm.
Wow.
You can keep your vasectomy and get sperm.
Oh, really? Oh,
Sperm
no.
retrieval. Yep.
Well, oh, right.
Similar to a vasectomy, local anesthesia.
Oh, right.
But
You go up in that squirrel.
Yeah.
You get that escrow from that personal
the
bank.
interest.
The interest. Yeah.
But the problem is that sperm is behind the blockage and it's immature, so the partner has to go through IVF. So it's a bigger deal on the other end, but you keep your vasectomy.
Fascinating. I feel like if I did a reversal, I'd want to make sure that my body is as healthy as possible.
Perfect.
I'm not vaping, which I currently do here and there. I'm not drinking. I'm like working out like a Marine, and I'm actually like filling my brain with knowledge. Not like the genetic code is gonna be so changed by the time. It's just like I read
point.
10 books up until I baked my sperm. Now my baby's gonna be smart. It's like they can still be, you know.
Jordan is hitting on something that we've talked about on the
Yeah, it's a
podcast
very important-
before,
it's a
which
great
is
response.
the quality of his sperm is important to him. I've never heard anybody talk about this. So this is a few episodes back, we've talked about old guys having kids and the quality of the sperm and whether that's linked to the quality of
Outcomes.
your kid.
Right.
And it is. And it isn't the egg, it's the sperm.
Right.
And we've learned that. So the fact that you thought that before, like I'm getting older, I don't want to, what if I screw my kid up with just the sperm I have? So that's what I hear with you saying now. If I was going to do a reversal, I'd want to make sure I get my sperm healthy. I get those things right. I'm going to quit vaping. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I think your point of view is a unique one.
It is.
In this country.
It's very modern. I'd also say you could do a sperm retrieval now while you're young and freeze it and not worry about that either.
Really?
Because the risk that men bring with age to offspring health is the big one, is really kind of flat for a while.
Really?
For 20 to maybe 50-ish.
Okay.
And then the risks, genetic
Well, I'm
risk goes up.
37, so and I'm in
Young.
pretty good shape.
Yeah. It's a good time until you're 45 too or something. There are urologists who won't do vasectomies on you.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah. You don't have kids, you're making a mistake.
They're putting value judging on
Some urologists or vasectomists would say not when before 21, won't touch you. Some say not without kids. If you're single, there's different criteria, and I don't do that. That's my values aren't their values, so I'm pretty fair about it. So I'm a little unique that way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, so even me saying, like, even when we're doing it, like, well, this is controversial. It's just controversial to, I don't know. I don't think it is anymore, right? Like, I don't think it is anymore. But if when I hear that, I go, wow. I think it's just because it's surgery. I mean, people have plastic surgery all the time, and they get judged for that too. Maybe is it something about it being a doctor and you're spending all this money? And I don't know.
I'm curious as to, this may be a little bit of an abstract question, but I think along the lines or in the vein of, women's bodies being overly tested, or, there's a punitive aspect of being like, this woman is older and that's why the kid, and it's just like, well, we've learned that it's the sperm over time. Are there programs or anything? You're talking about men being like in optimal health. Are there like programs that think about the whole health, top down, mental, physical, all of that for men so that they can produce the healthiest sperm? Because I think men have the desire to do that, but maybe don't have the tools. So if there was like a way to buy in, whether that was a program that they paid for or otherwise, are there things that would provide structure if they were like
getting back in shape and making sure.
Yeah.
I'd also add to that to say, how long do you what's your cycle of sperm? So if my sperm right now is fat and full of alcohol and all that and off, how long could I health myself up for my sperm to be better?
So that's a very modern question. And I would say 10 years ago, we wouldn't even talked about that. But when I was a professor, we were publishing about how sperm quality and fertility is a measure of overall health. So, and now if you take good care of yourself, your sperm are likely to be the best they can be. So you just surround the genitals with health. So there's no program. The program is stay healthy.
Right.
So and all the things you talk about, it's weight loss, and you need 6 months.
6 months.
6
Okay.
months.
Yeah, of just sort of cleaning things up, and weight loss is everything. The healthier your body is, the better off your sperm are going forward.
I think about like oxygen levels, or what is it? The VO2 max is now like, I saw like the real determiner for like long-term health, like longevity. And I mean, obviously like cardiovascular health, all those things go into.
Yeah, and so cardiovascular health, weight, obesity, diabetes, anything that makes you ill, makes your sperm not as good. That's all new. Yeah. That's all 10 years old.
Wow.
We've never thought about it before.
Getting that
because the biomarker concept that it reflects your overall health was new. We knew that erections were a predictor of heart disease. If you had an erection problem in your 40s, your chance of significant cardiovascular risk, meaning an event like a stroke, doubled, like smoking. And then it went into fertility too.
What I thought you meant too is it's just like, that's the goal and the intent of doing this project or this program, is that I'm going after healthy sperm. So it's like, he's like, it's redundant, right? You just need to be healthy for 6 months. But I hear you to say it would be great on a marketing side of things for them to have some sort of step program to get your sperm healthy. If you and your wife or you and your partner are thinking about having kids, it'd be great if she says, cool, go sign up and do 6 months of exercise and do this steps on an app or something, and we'll know that you're healthy. Now,
also want men on prenatal supplements.
Prenatals for men. That really exists? That's incredible.
See, program.
Wow. Okay.
Right?
Prenatals.
That takes
for
care
men.
of the airport food diet stuff that when you eat crappy.
Yucky.
I think you guys should do a program, is my point.
Prenatal.
Right? You guys should do a prenatal,
It's
get your
actually
sperm
a
healthy.
prenatal for men.
Prenatal.
Because prenatals are for women while they're pregnant.
Oh, right.
So this is a prenatal.
The reason why so many men have weak gravy is because they love Thanksgiving. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, as long as I'm fit and different things, it's like, but I do think about that. That's,
Oh, of course. So there's other male contraception. I know there's the one where they put a blocker just in it, so they're not cutting the vas deferens tube,
there are
but they're
different ways of doing it.
Putting a blocker in there, or there's
The valve.
The valve. Are those controversial? Like, is it the fact that we're just going under the knife is why people feel like it has to be permanent?
There's no knife. No, it's a no scalpel vasectomy.
I know, but like, how do you cut the tube?
Scissors.
Oh, well, okay, something
hold,
sharp.
right?
I felt it.
hold,
That's all I know.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a little pinch here, right?
Yeah, a little pinch.
But there are
that's
lots
it. It's
of
5 minutes.
variations on vasectomies. Lots of variations. I just did a textbook called Netters, and it's like 35 ways to do it. You're supposed to do a couple of things. You can cut it, you can cauterize it, you can clip it, you can put it in different fascial planes. So they're all kind of dances, and they all do the job pretty well. So it's nothing really better. But lasers and ultrasound and valves aren't necessarily better. It's hard to make it better if it's 99.9. It's hard to make it less painful, and it's pretty good.
Do you have dreams about getting vasectomies or reversals? Have you ever?
You mean, like, I can't wait to do this tomorrow?
No, like you go to sleep and your brain defragments into an event that is purely emotional from your subconscious.
One time, I remember dreaming, I have a neutral, balanced practice. Like I take away as many kids in the world as I give to the world. I'm carbon neutral. So I would say I'm children neutral.
The joke is pretty dark. I don't know if Doctor will like it, but I can maybe do it right
it's good.
here.
You can do it. Yeah, please. That's what I'm going for.
I've already primed him, so it's already. So I
You
go.
trusted me. I trust you.
Yeah. I go. So I got a vasectomy. It makes me relate to weird shit. Remember the other day I went to Trader Joe's and I walked past some seedless grapes, and I just saluted them. And I was like, all juice, no seeds, you know.
That's right.
And I got a vasectomy, and my urologist, he was this rich-looking white man. He had a lab coat on, made of ball skin. He was like, just so you know, it takes about 3 months or 45 ejaculates to be infertile. I was like, 45? Doc, that's just one day. Because I'd be bussing like an integrated school. I was in the middle of the procedure. He was vasectomying me. He was like, 3.9%. I was like, what? He was like, that's the percentage of blacks that get vasectomies. And then he snipped me. He was like, 4%?
There it is. Thank you. It's genius, dude.
This funny thing is, I'm supposed to be the comedian making the jokes, but this guy cracks me up. Legit. Like, you have comedic timing and instincts that, like, when people are watching in the doc, and also in general, just seeing you now, you're like, this guy's a character.
He is
it
a
like
character.
really framed the doc well.
I don't lighten up the procedure because I don't want people to think, it's like really casual, right? Yeah, so I get really serious, the procedure. I mean, if they start laughing, I'll say, I didn't tell a joke. Why are you laughing? Because it's laughing gas. So
right.
I'll get lighter at moments, but I want people to know I'm focusing on their procedure.
Sure.
And I'm not having idle conversation with someone about something because it's a big moment. It's a big moment, right? You get a diploma for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine.
Did you like your diploma?
I loved it. Everyone else hated it.
Really?
They were like, why does he get that?
Oh, right. Well,
What?
went
That,
through something.
that
You
didn't
deserve it.
hurt. He can go to school.
Took about 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Right. And he's playing jazz while he does it, which is unique to you too. I mean, I'm sure other doctors have done it before, but there's something distracting about it too.
And I don't want music that you know really well because it changes it for you. So I want sort of exotic jazz stuff. Atlantic Monthly did an article, and women were very angry at the diploma. And I just said, men don't have pain there a lot. And they don't cycle every month. They're different beasts.
Right.
And so this is a diploma that acknowledges uncommon bravery and meritorious performance because you don't normally do stuff like this.
Right.
And it's an interesting response. But like, why should they get a diploma for doing something they should have done years ago? Or there's a good argument there, but
Yeah.
No, it's nice.
different.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? It's good.
Both
Customer service.
things can be true. I can understand and empathize why a woman would say that, and then I could also say, in your perspective, which I totally agree, is like men should be, and not to be overly honorific, but should be acknowledged for doing something that, isn't a normal everyday occurrence.
stepping up.
Yeah.
And, the data is really strong. I saw a study, 85% of single men do contraception, and most commonly condoms, 30-to-1 ratio to vasectomy. But that's a big number for guys taking responsibility. They will take responsibility. This is sort of that motion, taking responsibility for controlling their fertility.
One of the things that came out in your film and on TikTok when we were saying reversibility is you still can get sexually transmitted diseases after you get a vasectomy, right? And so that hasn't corrected that for you or anybody else that's going to do that. So you still have to wear a condom.
Yep.
Strap it up.
Still got to strap it up.
Hood it.
Hood it. Mm-hmm. I'm also hearing you're saying, look, I'm a person that is sexually active, right? And so
you don't wanna worry.
Right? I just don't want to worry about
do you
having
feel
these-
liberated with that? I mean, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah. I'm still like careful and stuff and being,
But the big, deep worry about getting someone pregnant.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
wild that I didn't up until that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was pretty, you know what I'm saying? Pull out game vicious. No, I'm kidding.
And if you're monogamous, then the condom thing can go away, right? So, but you still don't want. I don't want to get my wife pregnant. That was the point. When you talk about the 45 discharges I remember the first time my wife and I had sex after the vasectomy, we looked each other in the eye like, this guy better have done this right? Because we can't afford, for many reasons, to have another kid. Part of our fertility issues, speaking of, you mentioned it too, about how women take on such a responsibility. Why should we get a certificate, right? But that was my wife and I's fertility journey, that it was all on her. Why aren't we having the second kid? What's the problem? And then I found out after having that kid and going through the whole fertility process that I only had one tube, and it was me.
Wow.
Right. And so that's why we do this podcast, to be honest. It was in that moment, he said, this is why we need to advocate for men in fertility.
So that's why I examined you before we did it, because I don't like surprises at surgery.
Right.
You know, be sitting there for 30 minutes trying to find something. Doc, what are you doing? Doc, you said 5 minutes.
Well, you said I had good cojones. That's what you said.
Yeah, I always say that.
Yeah. Oh.
He tells that to all the
Man.
ladies.
Really big
Say
cojones.
that to all the gals, huh?
You don't want? Do you want nice cojones or
big
like
ones.
big ones?
Yeah.
Do you want big ones?
I don't know.
And sometimes I didn't do it with you, but sometimes I'll say, you want a little length?
Wait, what does
Yes,
that
please.
mean?
More length. He's like kind of saying,
Oh,
can
damn.
he
Oh,
give
you
you a little more length? I've learned a lot of things that guys do to their penises on this podcast. Trust me, they do.
No, I bet.
It can get bigger if you really want. You don't have without surgery. Just straight up stretch it.
Jelking.
Jelking is the word.
What's that?
Thank you.
Pull on it.
What do you mean, pull on it?
Thank you.
Don't you do that anyway when you're jerking off?
No, pull on it for like an hour a day.
An hour a day?
Keep pulling on it.
Not back and forth, but like
Just pull.
stretching, like literally
Stretching?
just stretching it. Yeah. So
Who has an hour a day?
a guy that
What are you
feels like
doing?
the
You
same
should
guy
be
that-
reading.
And he brought in a tool that it'll pull it, and you can kind of like set it,
Keeps it
forget
on
it.
tension. Like
So again-
braces for the penis.
Really? That's some real gooner behavior. I don't think anyone should do
2 centimeters.
What's
That.
a-
2 centimeters? But that's not even an inch, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit less, yeah. Like I said, some people don't need it.
But I don't know, but length, girth.
Wow.
You could be injecting like which one?
you could-
It doesn't matter.
I mean, part of the reason why I got the vasectomy too is because, like, I know my stuff works. Like, my father was Haitian too. Got that Toussaint nut.
Totally.
It's too potent, you know. So yeah, joking though. This is crazy.
So as we wrap this up, this has been awesome. What do we want to say, Paul, to everybody out there about vasectomies and vasectomy reversals? They're healthy, they're normal, they're permanent, and they're reversible. Anything you want to say just as we kind of close things out?
No, I think that I think Jordan has a really modern view of the vasectomy, which is he's not that worried about it. It's a pretty benign procedure. He was really sensitive to it. It went well. And you have options afterwards, even though it's permanent.
Yep.
And that's a scare tactic, but in good hands, it's in a Vivaldi. It would work out. And the sensitivity to maternal age is a good one. Mm-hmm. That's a new idea that sperm matter to the health of kids, and he was sensitive to that when he went. That was one of the reasons he did it. And that if you do want to be a father again, stay healthy, because a healthy body is healthy sperm.
People that are listening right now too, how do we get in contact with Paul? Is at the Turek Clinic. Obviously, Jordan and I highly recommend this guy to do it. It was a scalpeless surgery. It was more or less painless. There's a pinch. That's it. Hey, you're about to feel a pinch? Pinch. Done.
A diploma and a pinch.
Yeah, that's it.
and a pinch.
And 5 minutes later, you're done. And an hour later, you're walking around and everything was pretty fine.
He was you were in the pharmacy or something?
Yeah,
and then
no,
you
I
walked
was,
and you
yeah.
saw a palm fall off a tree. They were cutting it down. I said, I don't know what that feels like.
So good.
That was the best. You just picked that one perfectly.
So that's what
Just
I want
palm
everybody to
front
do.
falls.
I
know
want
that-
them to go watch Jordan's film. It's on YouTube right now. Jordan, how can we find you on Instagram and all the good places?
I'm on the Instagrams at Jordy Ploy, and probably in your local bar, asking them to put the Mets game on.
Do you do stand-up anywhere regularly?
My good friend who's in the short, Rob Hayes, has a show at Stories and Books Cafe in Echo Park called Good Heroin. That's real fun. And I be chilling there. I'm
All right.
doing shows there and reading a book and get a book and support local businesses.
Thank you so much for driving
It's been a
out,
pleasure.
having fun. Again, I recognize the responsibility of who you brought to the table today, which is if I want to make kids, I want to make them good. And I appreciate that perspective. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Thank you. Yeah,
Great.
we did it.
Thanks for joining the Talk with Turek podcast with hosts Paul Turek and Rob Clyde. Talk with Turek is produced and recorded in South Pasadena, California, in association with Galaxy Media Ventures. Executive producers are Jennifer Harris and Rob Clyde. Today's episode was produced by Max Flora, engineered and edited by Drew Unser. For more information or to book an appointment, whether in person or virtual, visit Dr. Turek online at theturekclinic.com or call 888-TUREK-MD. That's 888-887-3563. Subscribe to our show wherever you listen to podcasts and watch us on YouTube at Talk with Turek. And thanks for helping us advocate for men's fertility and sexual health.